Give me 10 minutes. That's it. Not your life, not your year, just 10 minutes. Because if you stay with me till the end of this video, 2026 will not look the same for you. Let me start with something uncomfortable. Most people don't fail because they're lazy. They fail because they're distracted without realizing it. They wake up tired, they open their phone, they consume random content, they feel busy, they feel stressed, and at night, they wonder why nothing changed. Not because they didn't work hard, but because they were never locked in. And the scariest part? They think this is normal. Let me ask you something, and don't answer out loud, just think. When was the last time you sat down to study, work, or build something and stayed focused without checking your phone, without switching tabs, without feeling restless, for a full hour? If you can't remember, this video is for you. Because being locked in is no longer optional in 2026, it's a survival skill. The world is designed to pull you apart. Your attention is the product. Your focus is under attack 24/7. And yet, some people are rising faster than ever. They're not smarter, they're not lucky, they're not superhuman. They're just locked in. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how they do it. Not in theory, but in real life. Let me tell you a story. There were two people. Same age, same phone, same internet, same 24 hours. One of them feels overwhelmed, anxious, behind, confused. The other feels calm, clear, dangerous in a good way. The difference? One reacts to life. The other controls his attention. That's it. Being locked in is not motivation. It's not hype. It's not discipline quotes. It's alignment, when your mind, energy, and environment all point in one direction. Most people try to force focus. They sit down and say, okay, I'll concentrate now. And 5 minutes later, their hand reaches for the phone automatically. Why? Because focus is not a decision, it's a system. And if your system is broken, willpower won't save you. Here's the truth nobody tells you. Your brain does not want comfort, it wants clarity. Confusion drains you, choice drains you, noise drains you. That's why scrolling makes you tired even though you're doing nothing. Your brain is processing thousands of signals, comparisons, emotions, micro-decisions. So if you want to stay locked in, you don't add more effort, you remove friction. Let's talk about the first thing that silently destroys focus in 2026. Constant input. You wake up, input. Messages, input. Reels, input. Videos, input. Opinions, input. Your brain never gets a chance to breathe, and a brain that never rests cannot lock in. That's why people say, I know what to do, but I don't do it, because knowledge without silence becomes useless. The locked-in people do something very different. They create empty space. Not meditation, not spiritual stuff, just space. Moments where nothing enters the brain. No music, no phone, no content. At first, it feels uncomfortable. Your mind will panic. Thoughts will race. That's not a problem. That's detox. Because once the noise settles, clarity shows up. And clarity is addictive. Once you taste it, distraction feels cheap. Now let me tell you something important. Being locked in doesn't mean working all day. It means working with intention. Most people confuse activity with progress. They reply to messages, they attend meetings, they rewrite notes, they plan, they prepare. But nothing moves forward. Locked-in people don't do more, they do less, but deeper. They pick one thing that actually moves their life forward, and they protect it like their life depends on it. Because it does. In 2026, the people who win are not the most talented. They're the ones who can sit alone with a hard task without escaping. Let's talk about escape. Whenever something feels hard, boring, or uncertain, your brain looks for relief. Phone, food, music, daydreaming. That's not weakness, that's conditioning. Your brain has learned discomfort equals escape. So if you want to lock in, you don't fight discomfort, you befriend it, you sit with it. You tell yourself, this feeling means I'm on the edge of growth. In the moment you stop running from it, it loses power. This is where most people break, because the first 10 to 15 minutes of deep focus feel terrible, restless, slow, messy. People think, I'm not in the mood today. Locked-in people know, the mood comes after I start. Focus is a byproduct of starting, not the other way around. Now here's something nobody expects. Environment matters more than motivation. You can't lock in a place designed for distraction. Your room, your desk, your phone, they are either helping you or draining you. Every unnecessary app, every notification, every open tab, they're tiny leaks. One leak won't sink a ship, but hundreds will. Locked-in people reduce decisions. Same place to work, same time, same setup. Their brain associates that environment with focus. No thinking required. That's how they make discipline automatic. Let's talk about identity. This is powerful. Most people say, I'm trying to be consistent, I'm trying to focus, I'm trying to work hard. Locked-in people think differently. They don't try, they decide who they are. I'm the kind of person who finishes. I'm the kind of person who doesn't quit mid-task. I'm the kind of person who doesn't need motivation. Your brain always works to protect identity, so when you change who you believe you are, your actions follow. Now let me hit you with something real. You don't need to stay locked in all day. You just need one honest block. One period where you give something your full attention. No multitasking, no background noise, no checking. Just presence. That one block compounds. 1 hour a day of real focus beats 10 hours of half attention. That's how people learn faster, build faster, grow faster. Because depth beats speed. Here's a hard truth. If you don't control your attention, someone else will. Companies spend billions to keep you scrolling, not because you're weak, but because it works. So staying locked in is an act of rebellion. It's saying my life matters more than your algorithm. Now imagine this. It's December 2026. You look back at the year, and instead of saying, I was busy but nothing changed, you say, I became someone different. Not louder, not famous, not flashy, but sharper, calmer, more confident. That confidence doesn't come from motivation, it comes from keeping promises to yourself. Every time you sit down and finish what you started, your self-respect grows, and self-respect is fuel. Let's talk about mental clutter. Your brain can't focus if it's carrying unresolved stuff, tasks, worries, unfinished thoughts. Locked-in people don't keep everything in their head. They externalize, they write things down, they unload mental weight, because a clear mind locks in easier. Focus is not about force, it's about lightness. Now listen carefully. You will never feel ready to be locked in. There will always be noise, always chaos, always excuses. The difference is, some people start anyway. They don't wait for perfect conditions, they create momentum. And momentum is powerful. Once you start moving, stopping feels harder than continuing. That's the secret. Not motivation, momentum. Here's the part most videos don't say. You will fail some days. You'll break focus, you'll scroll, you'll procrastinate. That doesn't mean you're weak, it means you're human. Locked-in people don't aim for perfection, they aim for returning faster. They don't spiral into guilt, they reset. Because consistency is not about never falling off, it's about not staying down. Now let me slow this down. Right now, as you're watching this moment is a choice. You can scroll after this video, or you can apply even one thing, even one. Sit down, pick one task, remove distractions, start. Not tomorrow, not Monday, now. That's how locked-in lives are built. Not with massive plans, but with small, controlled actions repeated daily. You don't need to become obsessed, you need to become intentional. In 2026,
Attention is currency, and the people who protect it will always be ahead. So give me those 10 minutes, not to watch, but to act, because the moment you stop consuming and start creating, you stop being average. And once you experience what real focus feels like, you'll never want to go back.